You're tuned into Habaka's Beehive Music, sweet as Tupelo honey, powered by Teerex Radio Teerex. I'm Habaka KFJ. Let's step into the hive and get the buzz.
Hello, everyone, and to all my honeybees. This is Habaka KFJ, best-selling author, international vocalist, storyteller, and radio host of Habaka's Beehive, powered by Teerex Radio Teerex out of Canada. I write to heal, I sing to awaken, and I live to inspire. And today, in the hive, we are getting the buzz on none other. I am so honored. None other than Sheree Brown. And we're going to be talking about her new project, Messages from the Soul, The Power of Music. I am so glad to get the buzz on Sheree Brown because I tell you what, I follow her everywhere. I'll be buzzing just like honey to honey. So anyway, let's get the buzz and let's get on in it. Sherry, I'm really glad to that we are meeting here today. And this feels like one of those conversations that belongs in an intimate space, especially with a project like this. So I tell you, I want to say welcome to the Hive.
It's my pleasure to be here. In fact, welcome to my backyard.
And I'm loving your backyard. Do you all see that backyard? Okay. It's just like her music, I tell you.
Thank you.
So, I mean, it's like, okay, so let me see. You said this project feels like coming full circle. What does that actually feel like in your life right now?
It's pretty amazing. So 45 years ago, this year, Capitol Records released my first album, Straight Ahead.
Wow.
And so many things have happened as a result of this coming around full circle. So one of the fun things is, well, there's a few fun things. One of them is that there is a legendary photographer by the name of Bobby Holland.
Mm-hmm.
And back in my Capitol days,
Mm-hmm.
if you had a cover that was photographed by Bobby Holland and you had it going on, it's like, oh, Bobby Holland did your cover, Holland did your pictures.
Mm-hmm.
So it's Patrice Rush, and he did the late Natalie Cole, the Jacksons. He worked with the late Quincy Jones. It was like a who's who, right?
Yes.
And so we connected earlier last year, 2025. And we hadn't seen each other in 44 years.
Wow.
Like, Bobby. And we were reminiscing about those days, right? Those Capitol days and the sessions. And I said, it would be fun. I'm finishing up this new album, and it's going to be released 45 years after my first album on Capitol. So it would be amazing and such a story if you were able to come in and do my album cover.
Incredible.
So he did it. He came in and he did the photographs and he did the album cover. And that was amazing. And then my husband and I celebrated our 45th wedding anniversary.
Yes, I saw. And I was so tickled.
Yes. And this is my 70th year around the sun.
Wow.
And there's a song on this album that Patrice Rushen and I started writing when we were 19 and 20 years old, or it might have been 18 and 19. And 2 years ago, when I was just starting to work on the album, I found an old cassette. And I listened to it, and I actually had an audio on this cassette of Patrice Rushen and I at her home.
Oh my goodness, I have goosebumps everywhere.
She was still at her home. And I was playing my guitar and she was playing the bass because she's multifaceted when it comes to music besides the piano, right?
Yes.
And we're doing this chorus. We came up with this great hook. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot about that song, but I immediately remembered. And then I called Patrice. I said, Patrice, I'm going to send this and see if you remember the song. So she did.
Of
I said, why
course.
don't we finish it for this album?
Oh my,
And we did. It's called Rays of Sunshine.
oh
And
my.
then we did a reprise version of it. And
Mm-hmm.
on the, she's doing vocals. She's featured even more on the reprise. She's doing background on the main one. But this is Rays of Sunshine, the reprise.
Mm-hmm.
And at the very end, we were able to tag the actual audio of us at her home when we were 18 and 19 years old,
Now
19
that's
years old.
special.
Right. And so you can hear me, you can hear us, I think I say, I think that was it. And then you'd hear her say, that was it. And then you hear it laughing. So we were actually able to we were able to capture that actual audio
That
from,
actual audio
and
for
that was
you
like
were
50, yeah,
teenagers.
and that was like 50 years ago. We were just coming out of the teenage years, right? But
Yes.
it's tagged on the reprise, the actual audio. So that's fun. And then I'm working with my son, Revels Johnson, and my daughter, Maya Nicole. So, working with my seasoned peers like Patrice
Uh-huh.
and my an arranger that worked with me and on this album a little bit. He worked on one of the songs. Alexander Thomas used to be with the early band for Earth, Wind and Fire. He was on the first 2 or 3 albums, but he was my mentor, my music director, and
Wow.
we still are. He's like my big brother. We're still really good friends to date, right? So
What
he's
a
involved,
blessing.
and then these amazing, young adult creatives that are out there
Exactly.
doing wonderful things with different artists and themselves. So to be
Yes.
able to have that, that's just very special for me. So, yeah, yeah.
Oh my goodness. You answered a couple of my questions that I was going to piggyback off of that. But what I will say is now this album blends rare grooves, soul, R&B, gospel, funk, and jazz.
Yes.
Now, what feeling were you chasing more than a genre?
That's a good question
Thank you.
because I wasn't chasing a genre.
Wow. I
That's an
got
excellent question.
goosebumps again.
Yes, yes. I was chasing a feeling
Okay.
of what I felt we need now more than ever because of what's going on in the world, in
Yes.
our country here, in your
Yes.
country, in uh, in um, in our own communities.
That's right.
You
Right
know, so
next our next door neighbor.
yes, yes, and so I just I felt like I wanted to do some music and I incorporate in all of my music because that's just what I've always wanted to do since I've started writing music. And
Hmm.
and joy, we need joy
We need
more than
joy
more than ever.
more than ever. But your music really exemplifies pure joy. I
Well,
tell
thank you.
you, um, now I started playing your music actually several years ago. And but when I played this new one, You Rock Bop Bop, I got so tickled and I was like, uh-huh, yeah, make you wanna bop. I was like, yes, yes, gonna rock, gonna bop, bop, bop. I mean, just is, and it's so playful. It's so playful. You really brought back the joy because, like I said, well, for me anyway, it just made me feel like a little kid again and so playful in the music and like I just want to take off running somewhere or take a skip and a hop and a jump or something. And so I just want to say, and that's on your new album.
Yes,
And
yes. So yes, yes.
yes,
Because so what happens? Scientific data shows that dancing and music brings joy and people together,
yes,
and
it
and
does.
it can be healing.
Yes, it
And
can.
so,
And
yeah,
this
and
is
so,
our way, musicians' way
yes,
of healing people and making
yes,
them remember
yes,
again how to love again, how
yes,
to
yes,
enjoy
yes,
again, how to
Yeah.
dance again, because like you said, so much that's going on, especially now. Well, throughout the years, we've always had to play that role of, and it's not playing a role, it's what we were chosen to do.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
and we have to do our part of bringing humanity together. And I think that, for the artists, it is a job that can be heavy sometimes, because you might think, oh, no one's gonna get this. No one's gonna feel what I'm feeling, but it's not true. It's not true. And it's working, because I tell you, I want to jump. I just feel like a little girl again when I hear that. And I studied dancing for 16 years
Oh my
when I was a
God.
kid. Yes, I thought I was gonna be a dancer. But anyway, so now, okay, so how did your LA roots and your connection to London and European dance culture shape this project differently?
I think that it was more of my London experience.
Mm.
I don't think I know. In
Mm-hmm.
fact, I dedicated this album to the folks out there because I've never experienced the joy in dancing and music anywhere that I've been in the world like I did when I was in London. And, when I went and did my last show there was at the end of 2023.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my first two Capitol albums, especially the first one, it's still very popular out there. And so when I did the show, everyone, they knew all the words
Isn't
and they
that
were singing
fabulous?
it. And it was thousands of folks. And it was like, I just never experienced anything here in the States.
I
And
found in the European countries, they really appreciate music. They
yes,
really, really do. And it's a great feeling when like you said, when you experience everyone knows your music, your song, and they're singing it, and you know that your work is not in vain. That,
yes,
and that it is universal. It is
yes,
universal. And that miraculously the Lord has you worldwide, all over the world. And everyone is feeling, like you said originally in the beginning, you were chasing a feeling,
yes,
a
yes,
feeling. And so I believe that you have always chased that feeling,
yes.
because it definitely shows in your music, your style,
Thank
your writing, and even your little IG videos, and you dancing, and I mean, in your backyard, and just
you.
having a grand time, and the generations, your grandchildren, and I mean, it's just absolutely phenomenal. So now, your lead single, which I told you that gonna rock bop bop, it opens the album with so much joy, like you said, joy, and that's what I mean, I just and what was happening in your life when that song came alive?
Well, part of the track existed. It was probably 15 years old, just part of the track.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And it was used for another song. And so the rhythm of it was, and I really and nothing ever became of it. And I was just kind of revisiting it. I actually happened upon it on accident, but I don't believe there are any
Oh
accidents,
no, absolutely
right?
not. Because you
And,
said 15 years part of the song, and
but
here it
yeah,
is coming to life. It was just dormant for a little while, waiting
yes,
for the right moment and the
yes,
right
and then yes,
connection.
yes,
And oh,
and I so I um created a new melody, a new
yes,
hook, a new
yes,
theme,
yes.
and then added quite a bit to the track because the track was pretty simple. So I
Mm-hmm.
added horns. Uh, Marcus Pettit, a young creative that's out, he's on the road right now singing, and I think he may even be playing the trumpet on Bruno Mars's world tour.
Okay.
And so he's playing all the trumpet on the tracks, and he's doing
Wow.
all the horn arrangements. Now, the interesting thing is in the hook of "Gonna Rock,"
Mm-hmm.
there's a trombone lick. Like, woo, that is my husband
I
playing
know.
that
I
lick.
was just getting ready to get to that, Miss Sheree Brown. I mean, let me get to it, Sheree. Let me get to it. Let me get to it because it's
Because
so
when I
exciting.
because when I start talking, girl, I'm ooh, you got
I
wait,
know.
hold it now.
Hold on now, Miss Sherry. Now, yes, I know you're excited because your husband of 45 years of marriage, but actually it's astounding when anyone, if anyone does the research on your music and they find that out. When I found that out when I played your song on my show, I was just so tickled. I mean, that is just so beautiful. My father was a musician all his life and
Oh,
played with B.B. King and Bobby
ah,
Blue Band. He was with B.B. King 30 years playing the
wow,
saxophone. And so when I
wow.
hear that, I'm just like, oh my God, that is a miracle in itself. 45 years. 45
Right.
years. So what I was going to say was your husband plays trombone on the track after 45 years of marriage. What does joy sound like inside that kind of partnership?
What does joy sound like? It,
Inside that kind of partnership.
well, we've been married for 45 years and we still like each other, so
Oh, now
that is joy, okay, right there.
I'm telling you. Let me wait. I'm have to kudos to you and your husband.
Joy
But you
right
know what?
there.
You are doing music together
Yes.
and around, one another. I would think that because both of you love the music so much and you know what it takes, then, of course, yes, all relationships have their ups and downs, but love conquers all. And so that proves it right there, 45 years. And I mean, what a phenomenon, even to be able to say that, that he was playing the trombone. I mean, because it's not many, you don't hear too often people talk about the trombone. I love
Yes.
the trombone. And that is just absolutely fabulous. Congratulations.
Thank
So
you.
I know you're proud.
I am. And you know what? Here's a little bit of a secret.
Ah,
And it's not necessarily a secret. Some people know, but he played trombone in a band when he was in high school
wow.
and hadn't played since then. So
Wow.
someone had let him actually gifted him a trombone. Um, they had it and just said, just, use it. And so
Uh-huh.
I said, you should just take it out and practice it. And so he started doing that. And one day we were just messing around and with some music and I was saying, just play a lick right in the chord. And we had done a backyard gathering
Uh-huh.
and I had a little concert and most of them were our friends and they didn't know he had ever played the trombone and it became such it became people were they laughed because they couldn't believe it and it was
Right.
funny and it was fun. And so when we went to the studio to record that track, I said you should record that just like in the backyard when we were playing for our
Oh,
party. And
oh,
that's how it came about. And yeah. And that's why I said it was about 15 years ago.
wow. Isn't that you just, that's how it is too, because these ideas and things happen in real time in life. And when you're working on a project and you're like, oh, wait a minute, let's do that. This was fun and everybody loved it. And come on now. And then it becomes in reality, and it's done and it's out there in the universe. And I mean, giving everybody joy. And even the story of 45 years. I mean, that is just a blessing. And now, so you worked with your daughter, Maya?
Maya Nicole.
Nicole and
Yes,
Sun Revels on this
yes.
project. Now, what did they bring out of you creatively?
They help to stretch my comfort zone.
Okay, okay.
And I wanted to come out of my comfort zone for this project.
Yeah,
It's like it's been 70 years. Let me just go for it.
that's
Let's
right.
go for it. I have nothing to lose. And I'm grateful and blessed that I'm still able to do it. So
Exactly.
there's a song called Free to Move. And I actually went to my son. I said, I want to do this song. And I want kind of like an Afro beat, that
Mm-hmm.
kind of vibe. Can you come up with the track? Because he's very creative with those kind of things. And he works with another creative named Spencer Christoval. So they came up with this beat. I loved it. And so I, came up with the melody. My son helped with the melody a little bit and a few of the lyrics. And then when we went into the studio, he sang background. But
Uh-huh.
that I just knew that if I gave them the freedom to do
Right.
that, that something great and special that I felt was special would come out of it. And so that's what happened. And we actually did, it was released as a single
Uh-huh.
on expansion, and we did a music video of it
Okay,
that
okay.
is on my YouTube channel. And I'm dancing because when you said you used to be a dancer,
Yes.
that made me think about it because I invited a friend who does choreography. He loves to dance and takes hip hop
And
classes. I said,
yes.
right? I said, well, can you come and, give me some steps? So you see little snippets of that on my
Right.
IG, right? But
I
this
think
is
I
an
saw
actual,
that video.
yeah,
It
with
was
the,
so cute.
it's a full video. And,
Yes.
and, and, it's funny because I did a show last Friday, not this past, 2 Fridays ago.
Uh-huh.
And his name is Dylan um, Pettigrew, and he came to the show, and I invited him up. It was a very small, intimate space, but I said, okay, show everyone what you showed me on the video. So he started doing the steps, and I started repeating it, and we were just having so much fun, and the audience just loved it. And it
Of
was a
course
very
they did.
it was very generation,
Yes.
cross generations in the audience.
And you can move too. You can dance. Yeah.
Thank,
Yes.
thank you.
You doing it, girl. You are doing it. Yes, indeed. Okay, so now you've taken us through joy, family, and legacy. And then there's this other space in the album that feels, I'm getting goosebumps again, that feels almost spiritual
Mm.
in its intention. Let's talk a little bit about I Am You and You Are Me, Tu Eres
Uh,
You.
okay,
What
great.
was the emotional or spiritual doorway that opened this song for you?
Yes, yes. Now I just want to interrupt a minute. You're in my backyard, so
Yeah.
there's no control over that's the thing about being in my backyard. You hear they're cutting the lawn and
That's okay, because we're natural over here. It's
all
okay. You in
right.
the beehive, and you
All
might hear
right.
some bees buzzing.
I love it. I love it. So one of the things I wanted to before I went into that, I wanted to just mention something about Maya Nicole because you
Okay.
asked about, and I got a
Yes.
little carried away with my with the Free to Move, but there's a song called Chapter 4. And
Okay.
all the songs, I don't know if I'm talking ahead, but chapter 4 really symbolizes what the music is dedicated to, a book that my husband wrote. So just to give you a little
Oh,
taste of that. And
okay.
she lives with, she doesn't live here in LA with us, her and her family. Uh, but I went to visit them, and she was working. I said, well, let's just work on this song.
Okay.
And it just was, it's because she's a dancer. She's a
Wow.
professional dancer. She got a
Yeah.
degree in dance. So she brings that the sensibility of dance with the melodies. She's
I
very,
think
I
your
love
voice is vibrating off your guitar now.
right now.
Uh-huh. When you talk, I hear like a little rumble.
Can you hear it now? You still hear it now?
I still, just a little bit. I
You
didn't
might,
mean to interrupt you,
no,
but
no, not a problem. Okay. Because it may be the
it
lawnmower.
might be the lawnmower. Okay, go ahead.
Somebody's cutting the lawn. That's why I
Okay,
interrupted a
okay.
bit. And it's
That's
not in my
okay.
yard. It's
Okay.
way across some.
But it's the microphone is picking it up. That's okay. All right.
Okay.
So
Sorry about that.
that no,
But
that's okay. So we're gonna get
but
the story. We can hear you though.
okay. So back to I Am You, You Are Me. It's interesting how some of the songs that are on this new project had its beginnings years before, and probably almost 20 years ago, I had written the chorus, the hook of that song for a play that I wrote and produced with high school students,
Mm-hmm.
and then 10 years ago, I did the hook in another play called We Tell Our Stories, and
Wow.
so I decided I would finish this song for this project. And it's interesting how we can plant seeds and they don't come into fruition until years and years later, right?
That's right. When the
And
time
so
is right.
that's right. And so that is what happened with this song. I decided it's time for me to finish this song. I've got the hook, it's been there
It's
forever and a day.
beautiful.
Thank
Absolutely
you.
beautiful.
Thank you. And when I finished writing it, there was so much going on,
Yes.
and it's
Yeah.
like it doesn't even matter what political persuasion you are, what
Right.
culture you're a part of, what race you are a part
Exactly.
of.
Exactly.
There is one fundamental truth about being a human,
Yes.
and that is that and my belief is so strong on this, that is that we are no different than each other.
Yes.
And if somebody was able to look at something that's happening in the world that they may have a part in a
Mm-hmm.
negative way, if they could look at that person, what if that was your mother?
Exactly.
What would you choose? What if that was your child? What would you do?
What would you do? I
It's not
always
a
feel that way as well because I'm like, what if whatever that whoever's doing what if they were to put themselves in the space of, like you said, what if that was your mother? What if that was your child? What if you just ask yourself that question? Uh, it's just, and this is why I believe the music heals. And we have a lot of work to do, but we're doing it and you are doing it.
yes.
And now
Thank you. Yes.
your book goes with this album
Yes. So what happened is we're finishing up the third and final book of a trilogy,
of trilogy.
Messages
Yes.
trilogy.
Yes.
First one came out 15 years ago called Messages from the Heart, and Expansion Records released an album, Messages from the Heart, an Extension of Love. They released that ahead of the book release. When you get the book, the actual CD comes with the book. So what
Mhm.
happens? They're true stories of women. And what I did is wrote, produced, and recorded a song and dedicated it to each woman in their story.
Incredible.
So then 5 years later, we did Messages from the Spirit book, and the
Hmm.
album released on Expansion Records. It's Messages from the Spirit.
I remember
Uh,
that.
yeah, The Collective. And it
Hmm.
came out, we had a lot of delays because it came out during COVID.
Hmm.
So we never really were able to really put a big push behind it because just as we were getting ready to do it and do a book tour, uh,
Uh-huh.
everything closed down because of
Everything close.
COVID-19. So now the third book is called Messages from the Soul, and it's authored by my husband, Doug Johnson Sr. And
Incredible.
there's true stories of men.
Yes. Wow.
So all these, they're all stories of men, and then the women that tell their stories of overcoming life challenges.
Right.
They're sharing their stories and hope that they can inspire and encourage others that they can make it through whatever. Right.
Exactly. So
So
now
what?
where can everyone get those books?
So you can go to my website, Sheree Brown Music, SHE1REE, brownmusic.com. That's my website. You can order both books online.
Okay.
And the
And I will
CD,
also put it in the video too.
that'd be great. And then you can order the CDs. You can actually order the CDs. The music was released internationally on most of the streaming platforms, and then you can actually get the actual CDs if you'd want to,
Wonderful.
by ordering it. There's a link that you can order it from Expansion Records out of London.
Okay, well, you send me that link so I can put it in there.
Okay, I'll do that, and I'll do that. And so the book is not the third book. We're working to have it finished by the summer and be available in fall 2026.
Okay. Well,
But
you heard that, people. Okay, so we're going to
yeah,
be looking for it. We are
yeah,
going to be looking for it. I am so excited. And you know what, Sheree, in closing, I just want to say I am so appreciative to be able to have you in the Hive. You
pleasure.
know, Habaka's Beehive Music, Sweetest Tupelo Honey, powered by Teerex Radio Teerex out of Canada. And what do you want to leave everybody with? What do you want to leave the young artists with?
Just do not let anyone steal your joy.
Amen.
And if it gets to that point, know that you got people holding you up. Keep the faith, because I'm a very faithful person.
Yes.
And be persistent in what you believe and stand up for what you believe.
Amen.
But but hold on to that joy. If you drop it, pick it back up.
That's it.
Right? And
That's
keep
it. Because
doing
we can
what
fall down, but just get back up.
that's right. That's right. Right. And then for people like you, Abaka, you're a part of that. You're
Thank
a
you.
part of you're a vessel to get this music.
Yeah.
Whew, I can music and the arts. You
Yeah.
can be political without being political. You
That's
can
it.
get a message across that words cannot get
That's
across.
it. That's it. And that's what we're doing. That's what
Yes.
we are doing. You know,
Yes. Yes.
I love you, Sheree Brown.
Love
And
you
you know what?
too.
I still have more to ask, but our time is up. But you know what? She's gonna
I'll
have to
come back.
come back. She's got
I'll come back and I'll make sure that the neighbors they're
Oh, that's okay. You know what?
they're
It's
not
natural. We natural over here.
that's
But
right.
I love you. I want to say thank you for being a
Thank
part
you.
of the Hive. And
Appreciate
everybody, make sure you go and follow Sheree on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, everywhere. I'm going to put all her information in. And we just want to say thank you. God bless you.
Thank
And
you. Thank
many,
you.
many, many, many more continued success to you. Thank you for coming to the Hive. She is an Emmy nominated artist, y'all. I mean, this woman has, whoo, I'm telling you, thank you for your contribution to the world.
My pleasure. And thank you.
We love you.
Peace.
Thank you,
Love you.
everybody. Thank you. And we'll say bye bye.
Bye.